Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I came straight from work and I had no idea it was a suit and tie. Please forgive my meager dressing.
It's the hard way.
People don't read carefully written invitations. You're out of communications director. So we'll ignore that.
God bless you. Thank you, thank you. I'm actually honored to be here. And I tell you, I love the name, Gotham Tea Party. I'm almost waiting for like Batman and Commissioner Gordon to like join us any minute, or just a bat insignia just flash up on the ceiling. The Tea Party. I was there at the beginning. We were down at City Hall, freezing our tails off. And it was just after Obama steamrolled stimulus right down our throats. And how did we feel then? He had supermajorities. He had Congress. He had the White House. I felt so useless and helpless, like I couldn't do anything. And then I got a call from this girl who believes a lot of the things I believe. And she said, listen, we're going to have this tea party, and we're going to meet down at City Hall. We're going to protest what just happened, this awful, awful bill. And I said, you know what, that sounds like a great idea. And I went down that day, and there was only a handful of us. And I look now, all the accomplishments Tea Party has done throughout this nation has been incredible. I look back right now at the 2010 elections. My God, we flipped that house.
Yes.
Like it hasn't been flipped in 70 years.
Yeah.
Give yourselves a hand for that. That was amazing. But you know what? It also reminded us of one thing. This system, I don't care how cynical you are, this American system can work.
Amen.
All right? People tell me all the time, you know, people know Reggie Jackson's batting average and how many home runs he hit, and people know, you know, everybody's record and what team won the championship back in 1978. How many people know your congressman? And I'm not talking about us politicos who are like little political junkies who stay on top of this thing. I mean the regular, everyday American blue-collar guy and gal. The Johnny Lunch Pail, the Sally Housecoat. How much do they really know about the government that controls their life? Now, I think we have a responsibility to tap into that public and to let them know what's going on. And the best way, as with social media today, I mean, all you have to do is look at what happened in the Middle East. I mean, I don't agree with what was going on there, but they took social media and they're having a revolution over that. Now, God knows what's going to come of it. I hope it's positive. I hope we don't have a, you know, an Iran of 1979, God forbid. But the fact is, the tools are out there to tap into the public. I think Tea Party is the way to go.
Yes,
now,
it is.
Thank you. And I got to tell you, when I was fighting the Ground Zero Mosque, I organized my fellow worker. You know, I was at the commission where they decided to destroy that building and make this 15-story mosque. And I sat there in the crowd, completely devastated. 9 of these people said, yeah, that building has no significance. Did you guys know that that was the first strike of 9/11? That the landing gear from the first plane, before it hit the Trade Center, the landing gear hit that building first. And that building has tremendous significance of a historical nature of epic proportions. And I think by letting that building go and letting that get destroyed, sent a horrible message to our allies and to our enemies. But you know what? It was a dogfight. And I was blessed to get on the radio with Rush Limbaugh and actually asked him for help. And I said, Rush, I need your help out here in Brooklyn. He's like, oh, what's the matter, young man? I said, Rush, they're going to build this mosque down at Ground Zero. I'm a construction guy. I know this project is getting fast-tracked. They don't even have building permits, and they're already going to demolish the place. And he's like, well, what do you intend to do? I said, I'm asking every fellow worker to get together and sign a pledge that you will pledge not to contribute any goods or services to that site. about a week later, I had hundreds of thousands of pledges. And I did my little circuit around Fox News. But even with all of that, there was still a great possibility that this place was getting built. It wasn't until one thing happened. I got a call from somebody in Florida. Who was it? It was a fellow Tea Party person. And they said, listen, we heard what you're tackling up there in New York. We want to help. Then Tea Party fanned out from just being strictly fiscal sanity, smaller government, and they said, you know what? This matters too. I think it's time the Tea Party starts to grow and starts to look at candidates and the representation we're sending in there. Because right now, and I love the word Lawrence used, we're going to be on a Tea Party safari.
There you go.
And we're going to be hunting these rhinos.
Yeah.
And these establishment types. And forgive me, I'm going to give myself a plug. I am going to be running for City Council in Brooklyn, New York. But it's so wonderful to see some new faces, because we need you guys. We need your ideas. I mean, how nice is it to sit down with somebody and to talk to somebody with like-minded ideas? But even more important, to challenge them. You know, I like when a new guy comes in and he says, yeah, but what about this? How do you feel about that? And to really share with them how I feel. Immediately, that bond and kinship begins. And they never hear about that part of Tea Party in the press. Everyone thinks we're a bunch of rednecks, bigots, you know, armed to the teeth, ready to blow the place up. And we all know that's not the case. Newcomers, veterans, we love you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for listening to this program.
I'd like to thank Mr. Sullivan for coming here tonight and speaking to us. It's an honor to have him. He's been a big friend of the Tea Party all this time. And we will definitely try to help you with your campaign. Let us know. Please stay in touch. We'll help you. You guys can help us. We'll all work together to bring America back to its greatness.
Absolutely.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for the